What is up, Arkfi? Wanted to just give an update. I'll be doing a live probably around noon today, pretty much discussing what happened with Arkfi and my theories behind it. I definitely think this was intentional, and I think that they did this to be done with the project. I think that if you look at where is the roadmap, my Medium article actually. So right after this was kind of my predictions. Let's see here, stories. Warning to Arkfi users. So this was 2 days ago or a day ago. And I said, on the 14th, this is when I actually did the article, it's the 16th now. So it said, warning, this is what's happening. I can see in 3 days, there's been about $61,000 in liquidity just being withdrawn. And the reason being is I think there's about 47 days left, but they decided to pull the plug. And as you can see, the same fate that Piston token, when they pulled the plug, is the same fate of what Arkfi is happening right now. It will kind of smooth out in the next, it's probably already smoothing out right now, but as you can see, it is just flatlining. And so this was my, theory. They do nothing, which that's what they said they've been doing. And they won't develop the DVPN. I actually don't think the DVPN was ever in the cards. I think that they pulled the animal farm play, where they made people that were already invested, able to take their profits and reinvest them into this other token, in which you don't actually get anything from it. It'd probably be locked at like 90% with tax and all sorts of crazy things. I think this is the best case scenario, but I just don't think they are that good. I don't think that they're going to be able to develop. They're not going to be able to do this. But we'll see. The reason being, I think that they decided to pull the plug is they already got paid. Like, they got paid on the front end and it's daily through the treasury, which if you look at the allocation, 12% of the supply was sold to private rounds in syndicate founders. So obviously all the people that first joined, like the founders, got 12% of the profits. And then pretty much from, let's go back. Let's just do a day. Pretty much they got in here, or probably down here, like really low. And then they announced it. It shot up, obviously, because a new project with a lot of liquidity. And then the owners took profits, and then they just are, they've been dumping ever since. 31% of the supply sold to the public round, and all that will be locked in vaults at the time of launch. So the ARK vault is responsible for, I actually didn't count that one because it was the supply to the public pre-sale, but that's okay. And then 10% of the supply will go to the team and advisors. So not only is the 12.5, but an additional 10%. And then 13.8% will be sent to the Treasury Reserve at time of launch. The Arkfi Treasury is responsible for stabilizing the protocol. But what does the Treasury do? The Treasury does marketing overhead. So they pay the team salaries. I would think that development would be considered overhead, but what do I know? And reserve, through what? They don't have any outside partnerships. So I think that's the they enriched themselves on the front end. They were taking salaries, and then they said, you know what? Let's. This was gonna fail anyways. Let's stop it. Let's just pull the plug. And that's what they did right here. So this was when I updated it. I told everyone, hey, like, I would be selling your bond and I would be selling your ARK, not be holding it. That same day they pulled the plug, and now it's just draining. Another 60 gone, but it's actually quite more than that now. This was 3 days ago. Liquidity, let's see what it is at now. Why are all the drip people like just scammy as fuck? They try and get you in so they can use you as exit liquidity, and then they start their own projects, and then they try and steal from you. It's just sad. So let's check out the amazing. So 200,000 gone. Price plummeted. I don't know how there's less. Oh no, actually more. Just kidding. There's 70 more people. Market cap from almost 3 million down. Sorry, almost 5 million down to 3 million. Reserves 268. So 100,000 gone in a day. Vault balance 307 down to 256. And if you did the math on that, so that's about 47,000 ARK. 47,000 ARK at the time of the price was $267,000 gone. Price pool is like now super low. I don't know, actually. It seems pretty well. It's dwindling, as you can see. Like the height was right here, and this is when I was warning people, like, hey, I'd be mindful of who wins and like who actually. I don't know. Like, you should be mindful, is what I was saying. And lo and behold, a couple days later, less people coming in, more money going out, projects failing, devs pulled out, made all their money on the front end, and that was the plan all along. They wanted to enrich themselves because they lost their ass on Firo and Drip, is my guess. And now they are doing the same thing that Forex Shark is essentially doing. But the biggest difference, and this is why I think that they're going to do nothing, and my theory behind why they did this, is this. If they really wanted to, two reasons actually. I think it was meant for this. The reason being is 51,000 ARK has been paid out to investors or to holders that hold bond. In doing that, that speeds up the compounding process because one, I think they did this because one, it looks like they are giving back to the community and making like they look like the good guys while they steal on the back end and the front end because they're taking salaries. But two, it speeds up the process. Instead of putting 100. Okay, so let's take 3 scenarios, and what's the like chances, I guess, of, or I guess what is the outcome of each? If you're going to give ARK away, and you're going to give 50% of it, but you don't allow people to cash it out and it just goes directly into their vault, that forces them to compound or essentially just, what is the word I'm looking for? It hypercharges their compounding effect. And if it hypercharges their compound effect, they're going to be able to take more money out really, really quickly. Instead of, why didn't they just send the ARK to the person's wallet where they can cash it out instantly? because if they can cash it out instantly, then it's not as much of a, I guess, burden on the project because it's not being constantly compounded. Like 2%, like say for instance, someone won, let's just do the math, like, what's just fucking happened? Oh, there. So each of these Arkfi balances were, I want to say like $2,000. If you're getting, let's go 60% reinvest. So would you rather have, if you paid essentially, where is this? If you were paid 2,000 ARK, you can either take it now, or you can get it instantly deposited into your wallet and compound it and then make, why is this ad just bugging me? Or you can make $600, and in 3 months, you would have that plus an additional whatever, and, or less than that, probably. 2 months, because this is 600, oh no, 3 months, because 1,800. 3 months, and then you could indefinitely take even more money out, and it just compounds. And that's not even additional to what other people have. So that compounding effect is just sped up a lot. Not only that, but if they would have just not give the prize away and hold it in the vault, it would obviously extend the life of the project, which they didn't want to do because I don't think they're going to create anything. I think that the privacy token is a shell game, just like Animal Farm was. I think that the VPN is, I mean, I asked them a few times, it's like, hey, is there a release date? They're like, in their roadmap, it says Q2, which is a month and a half left. And they're like, oh, there's no release date. There's no nothing really. All they're talking about is the privacy token, which is going to run on the, which is so stupid actually, because why? This is what pisses me off, and this is why I know they're lying. And I just common sense just now popped in. Best practices. Where is the white paper? And this is why they're lying. And I'll prove it to you. Why are you going to have a DVPN and create a privacy token before the Polygon migration? Why would you create double the work for the same, like for a couple months later? Does that make any sense? Why would you create another token to have Arkfi people invest in it that is supposed to be the utility for the DVPN, only to migrate a few months later? I don't think any of it is gonna, I think it's gonna be the 4X Shark 2.0 version, but the less charismatic kind of goofy kind of way. I mean, they're both kind of stupid, actually. They're both kind of goofy, but yeah. So that was my theory, and I'm probably right. I don't think anything's going to happen. I think that the sentiments of the investors are down. I think that them being able to is the VPN? Nope. Not the VPN, the ILC. But if you look at this, kind of weird that right before the ILC turns off, like $3,000 was able to be withdrawn without anything, to say the least. They just were like, we're going to take this money and I don't know. So this is weird. Maybe they're all same person, but same amount for this. And no one else has spent that much money. I would look at these 3 people too. Anyways, that is my theory. I think that, like I said, I'm probably right. Like I said, I'll probably do a live later today. Kind of just talking about the same things. But yeah, I wish you all the best. And this whole time, have I been just talking to a white screen, maybe? I don't know. But we'll keep it on now. Whatever. I'm gonna do another live, like I said, later today. I'm gonna get my coffee, and at noon Central Time, I'll go over what I think is happening and what this means for the rest of Arkfi. Because if you think that this is just going to stay at 359, nope, you're not. It's not. You know what's funny too is this is also why I think the ILC was a complete lie. I think that they had just a arbitrage bot system set up where they loaded the wallets and they were running and buying ARK and not really any kind of system at all. And then when WordMe released that you guys should be careful and a warning to all Arkfi users, they just shut it off. Because if it's a dynamic range, and there isn't any as much sell pressure as there was over the weekend, and there hasn't been, why hasn't it readjusted? Why hasn't it readjusted the floor? Why hasn't there been more purchases? Because they were liars is what the real reason is. Because, I mean, you can easily tell, like, check this out. This is the ILC, buy, sell, same wallet, buy, sell, same wallet, buy, sell, same wallet. And it keeps doing this for months, like all over 200 ARK. And that's been the kind of the sentiment. I mean, 546 ARK, 200 ARK. So you can see that it's been that way for a while. But why did it randomly just stop working? Because of the market conditions, there hasn't been any sales. It should have already readjusted. It should already been a dynamic floor, but it's not, because you guys are liars. However, yeah, it's still not on, because you would see double the transaction, right? Like within the same fraction of a second. Like they would be sending 2 transactions at the same time, a buy order and a sell order at the same time. But they're not doing that. And so, yeah, so they shut it off. the arbitrage, or not arbitrage, the ILC that's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars that they probably just bought for like $50 or $200 from someone online. They didn't probably really develop it. So I think that we'll see. I mean, I've been right so far. I've been 100% right. I've been right about Drip. I've been right about Nbox. I've been right about Firo. This project, like My Rich Farm, called them all out. And I mean, we can just go to my stories. How I beat the market with a 90% win rate. My projects. Rules of DeFi. This is a good learning lesson for all of you. Get your money out first. Do not listen to the devs that tell you to continue to compound your rewards. Compounding is what is the ninth wonder of the world, and blah, 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 blah. Do not listen to the cult members, the people that are like, Drip is king, and Arkfi is the best project in the world, and it's never going to go down because we have outside capital coming in, and it's the best things in the world. Don't listen to the smooth brains. Those are the people that are just, they're like cult members, but they just don't know anything. All they do is just repeat the rhetoric that the cult members and the devs spew. Do not listen to your neighbor. Like, I know that there was this one guy who was in the group. He was like telling his neighbors, like, hey man, like, you should invest in this. I think that's a horrible idea, because you should never invite. Like, that's like number one rule of life, is like, you never invest with friends and family. Because if you value the relationship, and something goes sour, the first thing that's going to happen is that relationship is probably going to be ruined. There's no guarantees in crypto, as we can see by Arkfi. And you got to get your profits out first. And so that's what I did. I took my bond, obviously bought more bonds, got my syndication up, airdropped much more crypto than I received, because I'm a nice person. I actually did 3 times as much as I airdropped. So if we look at my vault here, I actually cashed out 10 and gave it to one of our cash flow community members. And then so in total is like 30.65. And I was only airdropped 10. I wanted to spread the love, but Arkfi wanted to drown all of you. Because literally, I mean, the cult, and this is what's going to be the new dialogue, and I'll tell you right now. It's going to be, it's still $3.51. It's not like it's $1, or it's, at least it's not dropped 50%. And if you guys think for a second that the compounding effect is just going to magically disappear, and they're not going to have a problem with the ILC again anymore if they decide to turn it back on, then you are one of those cult members, or a smooth brain. And that's why you are losing so much money in all these dApps, is because you just follow the herd mentality. And this might be a wake-up call, and maybe you just don't understand how math works, or maybe you just licked a lot of like drywall as a child, but that's okay. I still care about you and you matter, but do more research, understand the power of compound interest, and understand that I think the number one rule that these people that create tokens and these 2% daily apps that will tell you that they're going to the moon, and that they have, the crazy thing is that most of these people talk about all this utility and never develop it, but always say it's going to come from somewhere? Why don't they raise funds and then develop the utility first, build like a real business, and then have a component with crypto? Like, it could be a crypto project that has real utility. Like, if I'm much smarter than Globe, 100%. And if I had a seed round, and I mean, that's what we're doing right now with NFTs and real estate, but I would have done this first and this, all this. Like, this should have been one of the first things on the list when this came out. Like, I wouldn't even have the mobile application. A mobile application, you can fucking do like I don't even know, free no code mobile app builder. Like, you can no code this shit now. Not using Wix. Wix is garbage. But like AppyPie, there's a bunch of them. I can't think of them off the top of my head. No Code Tech is one. There's a bunch of them where you can literally just do no code applications and it look as pretty as the whatever their native application is. The Arkfi, and the Arkfi mobile app is literally, it's pretty. But like, I really don't understand it too much. Like, the first, I don't know. It's just, it's pretty, is what it is. That's about it. It doesn't really do much. And I noticed that the connection with Web3, the mobile app, has issues sometimes too. So they spent all this months and months developing an app that we can just use from our desktop. Even, I think Globe said that he doesn't even use crypto on his phone. So it just goes to show you that was a waste of time, and they should have just been doing this, because this is ultimately what's going to feed back the investment into ARK to compound to combat the inflation, to combat the liabilities of 2% daily. And if they would have done that first, then the project would have survived, but it's not going to. And this, like, not like that, but they're doing all the worthless shit up front. A fiat on-ramp is worthless. One, because most people that are in this project are already in crypto. So they're not just gonna on-ramp to buy ARK. Not only that, but like, there's so many easy ways to on-ramp without using KYC. Like, you can use Change Now. I believe they don't do any kind of KYC, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. As far, the funny thing is, the dude, Globe, he's like, oh, like, we need, like, people are getting shut down and we don't like KYC and blah, 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 and this, that, and the other thing. What do you think is going to happen when you need to create an on-chain gold token and you can go see the magic gold in a vault? You're going to need KYC. Crypto banking, you're going to need KYC. So it's like, the dude is fucking just stupid. He's a good con man, is what he is. I think that's what, I mean, that's why I should probably search. I'd definitely be interested in, where's the main website, ARK? I know they have a team, but I don't think, they all have like images of fake avatars. So are they real people, or are they just another fake name Arkfi Forex Shark person? He has an extensive background in oil and derivatives and trading, but he also is a developer, right? So not only is he a full-time crypto trader and private consultant for fintech, but also a dev. God, these people are special. I'm just going to see if this picture has been used anywhere else. It's going to show me fucking... I wonder if it's just going to show me products. They probably just use like Midjourney to create a an avatar that was in this style. Isn't it funny, like the main people don't have their names really, but like the advisors have their full names. Isn't that fascinating? System architect, but the only person I see is in CrossFit. This is this guy. Doesn't look like it's this guy. Fascinating. Fascinating that the team doesn't exist. Most of it's him, but halo effect. But this dude with blue eyes, well, they all have blue eyes, it looks like. Good. It doesn't really have a goatee unless he's shaved. I mean, I haven't done anything for their website since like 5 years ago. So it looks like a fake team. Less, not a fake team, but a, what do I say, non-KYC team. And we'll see. And I mean, again, this is why this happens, is because then they can dump it and they can start another one. Maybe use some voice changers next time, and then do this again and just keep doing it. So that's it. I'll probably just do another video later today. And I'll let you guys just watch this drop. It's actually been pretty stable for the last probably hour that I've been talking. What is it? 36 minutes. So it's only dropped probably half of a cent. But that's probably because no one's buying. I mean, I guess if $63 is bought, but it was instantly like sold essentially. Oh, it's from the same person. 31. So they sold and then rebought. Oh, is the I wonder if I should do another range. Anyways, I'm excited. I'm just going to be dumping my tokens. I'll be just doing the normal 50, 60, 40, probably just stay at around 0.8. I'll just keep withdrawing, just like as everyone should. And I mean, that's ultimately what the goal is. So we'll play the game. And I'm happy to play. So that's it, guys. I'll see you soon. I'm going to keep this on so you guys can watch see what the deal is. If there's going to be a small little pump, if there's going to be just so that the people that are in the UK that are working can see their investment, I guess.